Alright folks, a wonderful good day everybody and welcome back into my channel, God Shadow. Today we are bringing back an old favorite, Valki, God of Lies, or Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter, a card that I like a lot, I have to say. I cut it down in between because the format was too fast, but right now I think it does deserve a spot again. It's very flexible. And the format, like there's Titan decks and creature decks where Valky is actually pretty good against. And then there's the top end heavy decks that run to Karuga and Omnath, etc., where Tybalt is very good against. And of course, there are also a couple of bad matchups. For instance, Valky isn't very great against Murktide. But I would play some top end cards in here anyway, because the rest of the deck is very interactive. Or basically, I mean, Valki also counts as an interactive spell, I guess. And therefore, I just want to have the ability to put down the foot in the mid to late game and just win the game by putting a Tybalt on the battlefield. In regards to the sideboard, I just switched two things around here. I put in Unlicensed Hearse and Turak over Dori because I want to have more targeted Graveyard Hate right now. And Turak, of course, for the white removal-based matchups. Alright, with that being said, let's jump into League. Pretty strong start here by our opponent. And we definitely need to find a couple of lands. So I was playing a local tournament yesterday, and I was flooding out so much all the time. I still went 3-1, but really felt like in paper I'm drawing way more lands than I do online. Which is a little bit weird. But yeah, just a subjective feeling there. Okay, so now okay, he's gonna be getting... Does he not have more lands? So the good thing is, if we draw a land, I can go and get rid of the expedition map. That would be very good. I think I'm gonna kill the construct right away here. Land. Damn it. Now we probably have an issue. Our opponent also is a little bit struggling with lands, but if we had been able to get rid of this expedition map, things would be looking way better. Nonetheless, at least Drown Loch is going to kill a Dryad. Okay. So I definitely don't want to let this resolve, because that will give him mana. So he needs to have a green source here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna counter here. It's possible that he doesn't have a green source, although unlikely, yeah. If we had made all land drops, then things would of course look differently here as well. Alright, so at the very least we get something. Now we can go discard and destroy artifacts. So that he hopefully doesn't get the ability to find a Cavern of Souls. Does have the mana for it though. Alright, so even if we get hit by a Titan, then next turn we have Snap, Drown up. So that would be a possibility. Okay. So this means he doesn't have a cavern in hand right now, which is good for us. Obviously. Fail push, also not too bad in the matchup in general. Let's see if he has a third Titan. Apparently he does. Alright. I think I want to start off with a Snapcaster Mage here. And then he's got one Titan left in his deck. Of course, there's still like the Beast thing that can do a little bit of harm. But it's not as bad as a Titan. Another Saga. Okay. Okay, we got a couple of fail pushes, so I can potentially also expend it on Boreal Gazer there. I actually don't think I need to kill Azusa here to counter it. Yeah, probably not. So I think he made that play in order to generate double blue next turn. We definitely want to get rid of the constructs, but I need to get rid of the Azusa as well. Buzeju. Okay. So now we know the last card in his hand is a Crumbling Vestige, which we already knew before, of course, as well. So I think I'm gonna shock here. We're still at a pretty healthy life total, and if in case our opponent does have multiples, of Bozejus in the main board, then we can get rid of it that way. Alright. Yep, he's gonna make a construct, which we will very likely kill. But he does not have another expedition map, I think, so just an amulet. Yeah. And this means that our opponent is completely out of any power and anything here. So we can put up the pressure. Also, he doesn't have more balance lands, so I should be able to kill this here. This one gets double strike, but it doesn't matter with a 0-3, of course. And now we got the mana for Tybalt as well. And I can even go with Snap, Archmage's Charm, end of turn. So we've already gotten rid of 3 Titans, 1 Dryad, and 2 Sagas, which is a lot. So our opponent, like off the top of his deck, he shouldn't be able to draw too many powerful things. What I could also do, of course, is go with Snapcaster, K command, destroy the amulet, and make him discard. But I think that's really not worth it right now. Oops. Okay, another counter spell. As long as there's no cavern, this is very good. And then at some point we hopefully also draw a Tybalt. Our opponent's also still at 18, so will also take us a little bit of time to get through. There's the cavern, and that probably means that he does. Okay, doesn't have it yet, and also now that he actually named Giant here, should make it a little bit awkward. I think I'm gonna put this on top, kill the Arboreal Gazer here, so that that thing's finally gone, and we get 4 damage a turn in. Fuck, we're drawing way too many lands now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Vesuva. And this time it's probably gonna name Beast, right? Yeah. That was kind of expected. Fuck. So the issue here is he's gonna draw cards off of it. We cannot really prevent it. He's just gonna... Okay, not too bad. Like, he's drawn a couple, but it's not completely bad for us. Summoner's Pact. Okay, so I think I'm gonna counter this Summoner's Pact here. Because he's gonna bounce something, then I cannot K-command it anymore. Then I'm gonna bounce Snapcaster Mage to get the Drown back. So I can kill the Cultivator Colossus. Next turn. And keep attacking in, right? Yeah. And then we hopefully also stop drawing lands. Alright, so return and draw a card. Alright, so Otawara at least can bounce our stuff as well. So we're gonna go Snappy, Drown, kill. Okay. You gotta be shitting me. He's drawn the 4th Titan off the top. This is fucking insane. Fuck this shit. Man. Fucking insane. Unreal. Unreal. We're just drawing lands while our opponent is drawing the 4th Titaneer. So probably gonna get a Boseiju, I would assume. Not a Boseiju, a Bujuka Bog. No, gets an Urza Saga and something. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, against haste, but we're gonna tap down. Then we're gonna attack for, oops, for 4. I'm gonna leave mana open for a potential drown Loch. Okay, so best case scenario is probably still a Tybalt here. We know that this is, like, we have so many outs. There we go, put on top. Thank you very much. No. So now that's gone. So no Titans anymore. Potentially even not even a Colossus dude here. We got 3, 6, 8, 9. Oh, we can definitely play the Titan next turn. Plus, we have him down to 8 right now. I think I could even... Yeah, I can. No, I can't. Let's just check it. Alright, Tybalt's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. So I just want to point this out. If we just had 6 mana available, we could also bounce the Primeval Titan and grab it with the Valki side, which would also be good. Yeah, we're gonna take this one. Then we're putting him down to 8, and then probably worst case scenario is our opponent finding the last cultivator if he has one. Second worst scenario is dry it off the top. Ah, okay, he's gonna be coming in with with the construct. It's probably gonna give it haste and double strike to kill the Tybalt. Which is fine though, because we already got the Primeval Titan. And we can also ditch the... Okay. So right now, target creature gains double strike. Can he do that? No, he cannot. So I don't really mind that, right? I need to go with this, so I have Archmage Charm available. This one and Hall of Storm Giants. Nope. Okay. So we're just gonna attack. Our opponent's not doing anything with the construct. No blocking here. But we should be able, like, even if there is a Dryad or whatever, we should be able to deal with all of it. There's a bog. Yeah, and he's targeting us, which in this scenario is probably not correct. Because he knows about the drowns. Let's see if he's gonna be attacking. Nope. Then we just steal one end of turn and then he's definitely dead. Okay. Alrighty. So, despite flooding out there, we got our opponents. So I don't want to have lightning bolts here. I do want to have this and this. Valki is good enough. I don't think I need the Brazen Burrows necessarily, although they are pretty flexible. Let me put this in. Where's 63? I think I'm gonna ditch these. Potentially cut one Cryptic. And then I think I would also like to have a Hidetsugu here. Maybe I'm even gonna take out the Drowns for 2 Hidetsugus. I think that's good enough. Because Hidetsugu is just gonna be good against a variety of things of our opponents. Like the amulets, the expedition maps, the whatevers. Dude. Alright, let's keep this and one of those. Alright, mulligan to 5 here, of course, pretty rough. And our opponent off to a good start. Alright, so let's go with this one so that I can kill a Dryad should it come down. Okay, so probably not. He's just making a construct. And ditching his thing. So let me think about this. So I generally speaking need a blue source and I need a red source. So I cannot go fail push if I don't want to disrupt my own flow of cards. So we're going to go with the Xana's launch here, then play the Valki, I think. And then next turn. Okay. Oh man. So rough. Very good draw by our opponent. Very, very good draw. Alright, so let's quickly check this out. So currently, as of what we know, our opponent does not have the ability to go off next turn. He needs to have a dual land of the top. And the turn after this one, we're also gonna have the Salty up, right? On the flip side, though, if I don't destroy the... well, he can also have another amulet after this one. Yeah. Let's just go with this, kill that thing, and attack. Let's see, if he has a green bounce hand, alright, he doesn't. So he's just gonna go for a little bit additional damage here, which is fine, I think. The good thing about Valki is that he can transform at the end of turn. Like, if we had drawn a 7-hander here... oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, alright. So, yeah. We won't win now. Did I just reveal my hand? No. Good. Because I really didn't intend to. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with everything here. I just want to have at least 2 lands in my hand. Please. Okay, that's maybe even too many, but I wished for it, so I get it. It's fine. So, do I want to start off with double cryptic, with double Hall of Some Giants here? I don't think so. Although, on the other hand, that will allow me to kill a Dryad should I draw a fail push. Okay, so Expedition Map isn't as bad as other things, and we can actually tap here, which means I can steal the Expedition Map if I want to. There's fail push. That's okay. Let's see. Do I want to steal the Expedition Map? I can kill a Dryad should it come down. That's not the big deal, right? It's way more of a problem. But no, I think I'm gonna let it go. He's gonna have a cavern sooner or later anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Once in the cavern makes sense. So we're gonna be Archmage Charming ourselves here. And I believe what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look with the Valki, kill the Dryad. Could also... Now let's have a look at our opponent's hand. There's certainly a creature that we can take. Okay, not so many though. It's fine. So he needs to go with the Tolaria West, but to do so, no, he can't do it off of the Crumbling Vestige, but we will be able to counter it. Alright. Yeah, I love Valki in this matchup, I really do. Oh. Makes sense, so he's gonna do this. Let's see if he's gonna pack right now, because then I'm just gonna bounce his shit. No, he's not. Okay. No, he is. Alright. GG's opponent. Unless you also found the Veil of Summer off the top. Which of course would be unfortunate for us. Alright, let's try. Okay, that should do it. GG's. Cryptic Command for the win. Alright folks, welcome to round number 2. We're on the play here. I think we can keep. We shall see what our opponent's playing. So, Today there's gonna be the Modern Super Challenge or Super Qualifier or whatever it's called. And while I do have like almost 200 MOX qualification points, I cannot attend once more, just as the last 3 times, because I have a couple of friends coming over today for a dinner party, and thus, yeah, I just won't be able to do anything there. So I could be playing the Valki here, but I want to know what I'm playing against first. Alright, so we're playing against Death and Taxes, most likely. Gonna counter here, hopefully draw land. If not, that's okay too. We're gonna play out the Valki. Have a look at what our opponent's playing. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. I guess we're gonna take the Thalia, right? I mean, he was willing to commit there to the Thalia. Everything else is double anyway, yeah. So let's take the Thalia here. That's okay. So we'll first check what he's gonna draw. Caldra, okay. I'm gonna kill it right away. Just so if we draw land, we can go with Cryptic. Another Thalia. Okay. Now, obviously, this is a little bit awkward, but that's okay. Yeah, our opponent's waiting for a third land here. But I'm okay with this as well. And we have Cryptic to bounce the Caldra should that come up as something that's relevant. But he's going with Thalia again, which is okay. Okay, we do have the land, so I think I'm gonna keep this up. I don't really want to have the Stoneforge on the board, therefore we shall wait. Yeah, and if he doesn't do anything or wouldn't have done anything here, then we could have just gone with the K command. But this is fine too. So counter draw, then he should be off of that Cholera for a bit. Another Snapcaster, which is also not the worst. So my issue is that so I know these two are gone, so we just know about Ephemerate, one, Solitude is still in there, and the Cholera complete, right? So I think we're gonna go do this right now so that we get around the Ephemerate. Oh, he discarded the card complete. Alright, perfect. We already got 6 mana as well. Therefore, any additional Valki, we still have 1 in our deck. And Hall of Storm Giants should also be active quite soon. Let's see what he exiled. Another Ephemerate, okay. Let's see. So I could do this right now, but he could have another Ephemerate, of course, so I probably want to do it in his turn. So let's go snap, K commands, and yeah, our opponent's conceding. That makes sense because there is no way you're coming back from this one. So now, let's see. We need the Brazen Boros for the Caldera complete. I'm fine with that. Valki is pretty good here. Fire Eyes is okay. I think I want to get rid of the Cryptics. I think Counterspell is still fine because these types of lists typically don't run. Actually, maybe I should play Torak over the Valki, although our opponent has very low amounts of removal, so both should be fine. And then I could, of course, go... I think I'm gonna go with a couple of salties here. I could, of course, also go with the Hidetsugu, but I really haven't seen any 1-drops there. So, it's a lovely hand by itself, but I don't want to be dependent on drawing a black source. We're gonna keep this, though. When I keep the Consider, I think I'm gonna ditch 1 Bloodshot Thirst. And okay. Then we're gonna take a peek. Sanctifier gone. Our opponent could, of course, play Extraction Specialist, thus the Sanctifier is not completely dead in graveyard. Especially, yeah, so he's signaling it here as well with the Charming Prince, because typically you only run Charming Prince when you're also running Extraction Specialist. I'm okay with that. So what we're looking for here, let's see what he does. Counterspell wouldn't be bad. Put 1 card on the bottom, 1 card on top. Let's get rid of this here. Yeah, it's of course sorcery. Like if he does have an extraction specialist here, then that could really fuck us. Okay, that's fine. Put into your graveyard, I think, because we definitely need a removal spell. And it's more likely that we find a bolt. So would come in tapped anyway, so no way of getting around that. And now if we don't find a removal spell soonish. Okay, he's going with the Giver of Runes first. Hopefully that means he doesn't have another mana source here. For the sword. Shit. No, he's not playing the sword? Why? Why are you not playing the sword? Wow. That's definitely a mistake. Could have already equipped it here. think non-basic lands, yeah, so... Oh man, this is gonna be difficult. Difficult to come back from. He's not playing it. Alright, we're gonna be playing one Snapcaster here, and then... whoops. I can only play one spell, so... yeah. Cannot do more. Alright, so that takes care of the Give of Runes. Guess we're attacking. If he goes with the Sword of Fire Ice, then I can Auto Walra the thing away, and then Spell's Guide. Spell's Guide. Let me maybe start off with a Subtlety here. First. Of course, you can put it on top and then Ether Violet in. But that still means that next turn, you put it on bottom even. Okay. Let's see. Gonna stay back this turn. We got a good 2-for-1 there. Then I need to get rid of the Give of Runes. But I want to also not be hit by an Archon with a sword on it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I guess what we're gonna do is he's gonna attack. Then we're gonna bounce the sword because I cannot target the Archon otherwise. He's giving it protection from colorless. And that should also take care of that. But now I can block here. He has to protect it with the Giver of Runes, and that gives us an opportunity to find a removal spell for the Archon. Or a counter spell, that's also fine, right? So now I can go fire here. Should I attack with both? Yeah, probably. I think I'm also gonna fetch right away. Although... yeah, let me fetch right away because he could be bringing in Athalia. So I want to be prepared for that and play around that. Went up to 3 though. Alright, just a land, so we can take care of that. And we just need to find a fucking removal for this Archon. Okay, GG's. Alright, welcome to round number 3 here. We're gonna keep... we have a little bit of chord selection, plus the K commands. Auto Aura, if we flood out, can also help. So let's see what we're playing against. Hopefully not creativity. Basically my number 1 hate deck right now. It's... yeah, we're playing against Dredge, and this is pretty bad as well. I mean, we do have a couple of cards in the sideboard. Hers is good, Hidetsugu is okay. We'll have to see. Sadly, I did cut down... I was trying to find a counterspell here because we certainly need it to stop the gaze. Or if he doesn't have a gaze, then he certainly does have a 2 mana drop your shit into the graveyard spell. And there's no other deck that's starting off with 2. Alright, never mind. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Do I have anything that can counter this right now? No, I don't, right? At least the inclination to go and find counterspell was correct. Alright. We won't be finding anything that helps us here in time. Let's see. Our opponent could theoretically still fizzle. Also, the lightning bolt would have been very helpful now. Alright, so show for 7 is typically not where you want to be. Let's see. But even if that's the case, like, we still need to get rid of Griselbrand. And we do have, well, okay. Now I don't think we're gonna get anywhere here. So we do want to have the subtleties because they get the Allosaurus riders, and also it's immune to Veil of Summer, which is pretty good. Yeah, there's no way we're not gonna lose it here. All right. So I don't want to have the cryptics. I don't want to have these. I do want to have all of those. And I want to have subtleties. So then we still have like 1 free. I think the Valky's still fine because we can snatch Allosaurus Rider from his hand. And I guess, what else do I want? Probably need a threat. I guess the Torak is probably the most efficient. Although, I could also go with an unlicensed hearse. Because that could kill him in like 1 turn. And also it's big enough for a potential Griselbrand. So let's go with an unlicensed hearse here. Yeah, I think I have to keep this. Although, I mean, it's not perfect. But I think I have to. If we're running into Veil of Summer, that will probably spell Doom. Unless you can already go off here. Let's see. Do I want to hold up Counterspell now? Yeah, I probably want to hold up Counterspell this turn. Snap in end of turn. Because that will cost him 1 more mana. If he does have a Veil of Summer, that should make it more difficult for him. Glittering Wish. Oh man. You may reveal a multicolored card. What type of multicolored card could that be? Like you get a worm or whatever? A green card? I don't know. But I don't think I'm gonna counter this. Because if he does have a Pact of Negation anyway and can combo off here. Alright, a Neoform. Alright, but we can take that away as well. So we're gonna flash in the Snapcaster here. To deal a little bit of damage. Then we're gonna have a look with an Inquisition because we definitely want to take that Neoform of his hand. Yeah, that was the Veil of Summer. So we did everything correctly. And there's an Eldritch Evolution as well. But he needs mana for it. So if I take the Neoform here, I could of course also take the Summoner's Pact. Then he needs to find one naturally. I don't know what is more likely to happen though. I think if I take the Neoform, Eldritch Evolution requires more mana. And then the Veil of Summer becomes more difficult to cast. Right? Let's see. I think he's going to start off with Metamorphose to draw an additional card, potentially. Okay. So then we know what he still has in hand. And I could go Inquisition. Let's see. Counter the Veil of Summer. Take the Eldritch Evolution, and then I could still go Thoughtseize and take the Summoner's Pact, and then he's completely open. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because then he also has only one more activation of this Gemstone Mine. So going with Metamorphose also becomes way more difficult. Gonna take the Summoner's Pact here, and then we're gonna take the Eldritch Evolution as well. Alright, so now he needs to find a lot of things to get the combo off, plus we're dealing damage in between. Okay, we're getting a couple of creatures if he uses this. I think what we'd really want to find is a subtlety, because our opponent should not be able to interact with that effectively. Fuck my life. We're flooding out badly here. Okay, there's probably Metamorphose now. Nope, okay. Okay, we're wiggling him down, but we need to find something. Like a lightning bolt, anything is good at this point. Okay, he's getting a couple of lives. And he... Alright, so... Currently only know about this, I think. But now, of course, it will take way longer for us to get there. And he has the orb as well. Okay. I'll keep one land in hand, just so he expects multiple things of interaction here. Which hopefully prevents it from going off a little bit longer. And then we hopefully can build it up from here. Definitely need to increase our clock. Definitely need to find some sort of interaction. I could actually tap this. I'm not sure, like, if I tap this, is that an effect? No, right? But here, yeah, here it should work. So we're gonna get that one. Okay. Whenever you tap, okay, not if your opponent taps. Okay, my bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let's try. Maybe we should do that in his turn, though. I want to get rid of this. I hope that, of course, my opponent does not have another Veil of Summer in hand. Target player discards and destroy. If he does, then we definitely have an issue. I've been also really flooding out badly here. Let's see. Does have a Veil of Summer. Unreal. Unreal. Unfucking real. Unreal. So we have no fetchable sources anymore. Okay, Brazen Border helps a little bit, I guess, to move up the clock here. Now he's got something. Oh, gut shot, okay. So I'm not sure if I should play the Brazen Bar right here. I think I should. Although we will not get rid of the Griselbrand afterwards. But we need to put a clock on him. This is interesting though. Okay, let's go attack. And then I guess we're playing Tybalt. I could also get rid of Zoran's Orb. Or I could just play Valki and have a look at his hand, but that, like with the amount of stuff that we have here, that doesn't seem like the best option. Let's go with Tybalt. And if we get a turn, yeah, I think I have to get rid of the Zoran's Orb, because that is mostly in line with the rest that we did here. Okay, we're gonna cast it. And then we shall see. So we can gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 life. Now he's got something. Or he's looking for something. In either case, I think if we survive this round, then we should get there. We shall see. I mean, he has to have... Okay. Yeah, alright, we got there. Because he has to have, like, Eldritch Evolution or whatever, plus 3 green sources. Now we have Counterspell, now we should be good. And there's a Neoform. We don't have... Oh yeah, actually we can still fetch one more time for basic mountain. And then, actually... Yeah, well... No, actually no. I mean, I could... I thought I could sacrifice the spirit token here for Snapcaster Mage, but that's not a thing. And now, once he activates Griselbrand once, we can lightning bolt him, so it should be good now. Yeah. Alright. So I think from our side it remains the same. Only thing that I might want to do is actually put in like a cryptic instead of an unlicensed hearse, because now we're on the draw. It's possible that we have to bounce at end of turn. And I want to have more blue sources for subtlety. So I think having this as an out is okay. Yep, that's okay. So even if he has a turn 1 win here, we have the subtlety. And then we're gonna go Thoughtseize into Counterspell into subtlety. Yeah, we cannot hope for a whole lot better. Of course, can still get fucked by... There's a Chancellor. So he's generating green mana. Let's see. I would actually enjoy him having turn 1 combo here being countered by subtlety. That would be fantastic. Yeah. Alright. And now we can only have a Pact of Negation. Yeah, that's not good enough. That is not good enough. No, now I think you lost. He put it on top though. Let's see if he has another Veil of Summer. Otherwise, we're gonna fucking rip your hand to pieces now. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna take the Neoform. Now he's out of mana. Like, he doesn't have a land drop. He cannot play The dinosaur. Subtlety just being really clutch here. Love it. And we have a lightning bolt even as a removal spell, so like, he can even play it. I think it's also his only option now, right? We need one more blue source to get our train going here. Good. And then we should be able to get it from here. Our opponent has so few resources now. It has to draw us so well in a row. That should give us enough time to find what we need. Plus we have double counterspell now, double bolt. Actually, let's play this out right now, because we know there is indeed the rider in our opponent's hand, which we can grab, and our opponent's Veil of Summer can't even do anything against it. Exactly. There is a gut shot though, but I think I'm going to counter that. We'll take some time. 7. Alright. So we're expending one counterspell here, but I think it's fine because we're basically protecting a card that we stole from our opponents. We have a threat on the board. Now he's got the mana for Eldritch Evolution, but he's still missing basically everything else. So we can transform this at 7. And it's equal to the number of lands that we control. I think I'm gonna play this out, because at that point we could actually make this end of turn like a 7/7 or an 8/8 or whatever. And that should be a pretty quick way to end this game. Our Snapcaster Mage is also decent. I could of course also Bolt Snap Bolt here. That would instantly put him to 10, and then we had a 3-turn clock. But I think we are going to go with Knock Major Charm here, draw a couple more cards. Because we can put him down to 12 and then to 6 now anyway, so next turn with the Brazen Borrower we have lethal, okay. And also we can't stop him from doing anything with the Griselbrand, so that's good. Yeah, now or never. If you wait one more turn, then you're dead. Alright, he's going for it. He is going for it. He discarded a Veil of Summer. We know that the last card in his hand is an Eldritch Evolution, so I'm just gonna wait for that, I guess. And then our opponent's gonna concede. Yeah, was his only shot here. A shot well taken. Alright, GG's. Alright everyone, welcome to round number 4. We're playing against a Gigantha deck. I think we're gonna keep, although this might mean that we're running into turn 1 Ragavan that we cannot handle. But let's see. Gigantha means there's no counterspell, therefore our opponent probably won't be able to get rid of a Fire Ice on the stack. Which means even if there is a Ragavan early on, we should be able to deal with it turn 2. Yeah, it's Rakdos. No, okay. Alright, alright, alright. So Fire Eyes is going to be clutch here. Fire Eyes is going to be really, really good. So I know what we're playing against. We're playing against Urza Saga, artifacts, basically. Very aggressive deck. Mono red. And very interesting as well. Super budget, like anyone, I think, aside from the other sagas. But otherwise, super budget. And yeah, so they are dealing a little bit of chip damage with these cheap creatures. And then they're gonna sacrifice artifacts in order to deal damage. So we got all of our basics anyway in our main hand here already. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see, maybe does something here. I'm just gonna go and maybe not just right now. I don't know if that's an instant. Like there's shrapnel blast or something. I have to check if that's an instant or not. Another Beaumont Courier, okay. So let's get rid of these two mofos. Now we can, of course, discard his hand if he wants to, but that's a 3 for 2 exchange. Could make it a 2 for 2, I guess. If he has like a lightning bolt or whatever. But otherwise, it should be difficult for him. Probably going with a shrapnel blast here. Yeah. All right. So it's an instant, obviously. We're down to 10. 2 more of those, and we're pretty fucked. I think I'm gonna go K-Command here to not give him the chance of going with another Shrapnel Blast. Galvanic Blast, alright. Yeah, super aggressive deck. For many decks, really, really difficult to handle. Because very early pressure, which Modern currently isn't really used to. Because the most aggressive you get is basically a turn 1 Ragavan. Yep. Alright, so multiples of these. If he wants to pump it, he can pump it. Then we go down to 7. Yep. Gonna play this tapped, and then we'll have to find a thread at some point. This is gonna be very, very, very close. If he's gonna activate both, that's not an issue. Kolaghan's Command. These are artifacts, so Kolaghan's Command can deal with both at the same time. Interestingly, he's also playing Shinka, so also like he has to play Ragavan as well, right? Let's see. So if we're being hit by a Gal Blast here, that would by Shrapnel Blast, that would probably be the most horrible version. And I have a feeling that that's the case, but I can't really do anything about it. So we're gonna go and do this anyway. And then next turn we have a drown for the other Mishra's Bauble and the counterspell up. Hopefully there's not another Shrapnel Blast. is. Alright. At least got the Memnite there. But now it's gonna be super tough. Super tough. Okay. Because everything in this deck basically deals 2 damage. Without the second Shrapnel Blast, I think we're good. Let's already look ahead onto our sideboard. So I think Salty is a given, hit it 2 definitely, and then we can build it up from there. Yeah, he's gonna just saving up a couple of cards until he can kill us on the spot. Also, things would have, of course, looked very differently here if we had been on the play. But that's just how it goes. I have to be careful that I don't F6 through any of these turns. We're 1 blue short of having multiple counter spells. Let's see. Okay, 2 mana at the very least means that we can get to counter and draw. Alright, so Kenzan. I guess I'm gonna keep the Fire Eyes for now, because if there is a hasty threat or whatever, I don't need to necessarily counter it. It's gonna be a long and tough ride home here. And we need to find a threat first anyway. So I'm almost inclined to just go with a Cryptic here. I think it's worth it, because I want to find a Snapcaster or something, so that we can put some pressure on there. Doesn't make a difference, I don't think so. I think I can fetch 1 more time. Oh, I can have that cranial plating, I don't care about it whatsoever. Alright, we got its Brazen Burra. That's good. Of course, cranial plating can be utilized for the Shrapnel Blast, so maybe I have to reconsider here. Is Shrapnel Blast, is this as an additional cost? Yeah, alright, so I cannot even respond to it. You can attach it or whatever. You can do whatever you want. I don't really mind. So, we're gonna fire here. And then we're gonna play the Brazen Bar out. And I think I'm even gonna bounce it, the cranial plating, back to hand. Because that means that during the same turn he cannot go shrapnel blast and cranial plating at once without having a fourth land. So now we have a 7-turn clock, but now we have 9 damage extra with our snap. Also, I can go snap and keep up counterspell, which is pretty good. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be so close. Another one of those. Yeah, that's fine, I think. I think I'm definitely going to go with the Snapcaster here. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to block the Ragavan. And I'm going to take it back to hand because I don't really want to expend my hand right now. Oops. He cannot give it first strike due to not having an additional land source. And now I can go return and discard. Which, as I said, like this is only important for the Shrapnel Blast. So now, of course, he knows about my Snapcaster. He doesn't know about all of our bolts, though. Well, I cannot utilize that, so I'm not gonna play it. Sadly, we also haven't hit a whole Storm Giants yet, otherwise we could just finish this off within a turn. But let's see, I can, yeah, I can kill him next turn. And I have a counterspell, so we should be good. Right? So I go Bolt 10, Snap Bolt 7, Bolt 4, and then we have 5 damage for lethal, yeah. That's okay. Oh man. Bolt. Snap. I even think that he has something. Like, I think he does have a Galvanic Blast or whatever. Maybe a Lightning Bolt. Oh, there it is. But now we should be able to close this out. 7. And another bolt. Alright. Whoa, pretty close game 1 here. So let's see. To a certain degree, we need counter magic, but we also need Hitotsugus. Hitotsugus are also a threat. So I think I'm not gonna bring in the Brazen Boras here, although they have been good there. But I think they're a little bit too weak, especially they cannot block well. And then I don't want to have the Valkis here as well. I could imagine getting an Inquisition in. I think that's okay. Because that gives us a little bit of information. Maybe even a second one. Because our curve is not so high right now, so I think going with a second Inquisition here is fine. Don't know if that even registered with Moto. No, it didn't. Alright, we need to mulligan. Horrible hands. This is okay-ish, I guess. We're gonna ditch Kolaghan's command. And then we'll have to see whether or not we can slow our opponent down enough for the rest of our stuff to be irrelevant. So I think, because this is haste, I'm gonna let it through. What I cannot and will not let through is a Ragavan. So there I'm probably gonna salty, but we shall see. And then, of course, we need to find another land first as well to get the Hidetsugu online. Hidetsugu should be very good here in the matchup. And our opponent went AFK or whatever. Alright. Okay, we found a failed push, actually. I think that's worth it to shock here. And then either going after the Bomite Courier or waiting for... Could, of course, respond to the carrier. If he has a Shrapnel Blast in hand, that is. Sorry for the background noise. Alright, so now he did not actually play second land, so he couldn't utilize whatever. Yep. And this thing, by the way, only play a... Oh, that's a good hit. If he didn't have another one there. But until end of turn you can play it. So if we kill it with a Hidetsugu and our opponent's tapped out, then he cannot play anything with it, which is pretty good. Now, it's really just about finding a third land. I think that we're good. Like, if we find a third land within the next couple of turns, I think we're okay. But otherwise, it's going to be very, very problematic. On the other hand, though, I mean, we don't play anything more costly than 3 CMC. I mean, discounting the subtlety because we can also utilize it as long as we have a blue spell in hand. I think I'm going to counter here, just to slow our opponent down. And, I mean, I'm going to go with a blue source. Might be problematic for the Hidetsugu down the roads, but okay. How much is this, by the way? 3. Do I play it right away? I don't think so. Like, our opponent could be going with a Shrapnel Blast here. Or whatever. Okay. Token, Memnite. Hopefully another 1-drop. Then we're gonna play the Hidetsugu. No other 1-drop. That's a little bit disappointing. Obviously, we have to be careful and play around. A Blood Moon. Although, I don't know if these decks, like, they are running Order Saga, so I don't know if they're running Blood Moon. But if they do, then he might get us with it. Okay. Lightning bolting us. Let's see. Hopefully no Blood Moon. I think we can deal with almost anything else. Factory, Beaumont Courier. Is this until end of next turn? Yeah, that's pretty dope. Not gonna lie. So now I'll have to think about this. Alright, so we have another land drop here, which means I could go down the Beaumont Courier and still have the K command up, which is really good. So I think I'm gonna do that. Oops, no, sorry. It's possible that our opponent has either Gallblasts in hand that aren't doing a whole lot without more artifacts, or Shrapnel Blasts. In either case, he has enough mana now. And he could also come around with Giganta, actually. Well, you will probably have to deal with it sooner or later. Alright. So let's fetch for 1. And then go K commands. Discord and deal 2 damage. We're a little bit behind in terms of resources here, but not by much. I think like 1 card, because we mulliganed basically. Yeah, there was a Gallblast, and that is what I expected. So Salty should be really good. Both in blocking the Mishra's Bauble and also in... Oh well, yeah, and now I'm gonna actually play her proactively as well. And every removal that my opponent throws not at me, so Shrapnel Blast or Gallblast or whatever, I'm actually happy about. So if my opponent wants to go after the vessel here, I'm all for it. If he doesn't, then of course it becomes harder and harder by each turn to kill it. But we shall see. Yeah, I cannot interact with this effectively. And there's a Shrapnel Blast, and that is a little bit of a bummer. So you can't throw it at me, you can also throw it at the vessel. And then he's gonna get another card. Yeah, that's pretty strong, not gonna lie. He's gonna put it, yeah, throw it at me. Okay. And there's a Sire. Wow, what a couple of draws here. Really, really strong. Really, really strong. Let's see if he has something else. I think I have to actually put pressure on him. So let's play the Salty here. Of course, our opponent could have double bullet or whatever. Then that's okay. But this experimental synthesizer here, that was insane. Effectively got him in Urza Saga, 5 damage. Yeah, he's got another Shrapnel Blast that he's gonna utilize here. And then he's... I don't know. Let's see. So the issue is most of our opponent's stuff has haste. Okay, so now I can actually do it. that was another Gal Blast. That is what I felt. Like he still had there. Now we're dealing 7 next turn, and the turn after that we have lethal. Of course, we need our opponents to not draw anything good here for 1 or 2 turns. Oh, he did. Okay, never mind. Completely ignored the Ramonap ruins here. Yeah, alright. So next turn we would have actually... Damn it. So, overall though, I'm still pretty happy with it. I guess we can do the second Inquisition thing that I was talking about earlier. I think I want to keep most of the other shit here as well, so this is fine. Let's see. So if we have the ability to go out with a Hidetsugu, I'm going to utilize it as early as possible, even if it means just getting like 1 or 2. Oh, fuck. Well, it's a pretty good hand. Okay, I'm going to keep it. It's a good hand, but A, it will cost us a little bit of life. B, we will have to find more lands. But I think the trade-off is within margins. Yes. All right. So I have to go with the steam vents here to first of all try to find more lands. Okay. Then we have to go down to 15, which is already not so great. Okay, so we do have most things that we need here. So I don't need to shock, I think. I can just kill the Ragavan, that should be fine. And then the turn after that, we can go with a Hitsugu, killing whatever is coming. Then down the road, we should be able to have enough interaction to clean up whatever they throw at us. Okay, Beaumont Courier is okay. Please tell me you only have 1 land. You kept a 1-lander here. Please do. I'm gonna kill this anyway. If we get a 2-for-1, that's fine with me. Actually, it's always a 3. He kept a 1-lander. Okay, so then we actually have a very good shot here at getting there. So that shit's all gone. Now we have Counterspell out next turn, plus we have a threat in play. And we have a little bit of card selection as well. Also, although Hidetsugu is going to exile a couple of things, it's not going to be... okay. Hopefully no Inquisition. That would be very bad for us. Alright, polluted delta. Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty. Yep. Exile it. That's okay. And we're gonna pass the turn. We're down to 13. That's gonna be like our opponent. If he kept a 1-lander, it has to be a very good hand, right? So we got ahead a little bit, and of course he can sacrifice the treasure as well. Okay, so he's going with the Ragavan again. I don't really mind that. So we're gonna push that, and then we're gonna try to find more Snapcaster and or counter spells. Okay, it doesn't have another land. And now we have a threat in play as well. So let's go put this on top to see what our opponent is actually dealing with. Oh, yeah, as I said, a couple of good cards. A couple of good cards. Okay. So, knowing my opponent. So, if I take the lightning bolts away. Like, I don't care about the Relic of Progenitus. He can do whatever. I think I'd take a lightning bolt away here. Then I'm going to counter the other one. And then he either has to shrapnel blast my vessel, or it's just going to get through. We have still one removal spell, and then the whole Storm Giants in case we flood out. Yeah, so I think this is the way to go. Definitely want to take one of these. And the Shrapnel Blast is actually only really good in case your opponent finds an experimental synthesizer or whatever. And he's also down to 5 minutes. I don't expect him to time out, but it's worth mentioning here. Because I'm going to protect this vessel. It's just too good of a clock. And too difficult for my opponent to remove once it's at 4 toughness or more. And as I said, like if he has to expend something to kill it, that's fine with me as well. Because this is all stuff that doesn't go to my face. So now we just need to find... Oh, no. That is a fantastic top deck. That is really a fantastic top deck. Not gonna lie. Let's see if he's gonna... I guess Inquisition. Yeah, alright. Alright, so now we have to deal with this Urza Saga. We need to find more Hitsutsugus, which we already did, which is good. So I'm gonna pass here. Yep, Memnite's fine. We still know about our opponent's cranial plating, of course. Play this one tapped, and then we're gonna take a couple of damage from that construct, which of course is gonna hurt, but I think we cannot really play around that right now. And depending, like he could even get another Beaumont Courier off the Urza Saga. Yeah. Okay, so at least 5 damage here. Maybe 6. Yeah. Alright, but we're gonna clean out the board and we know what he has in hand. So we're taking 6. You can sack the Beaumont Courier. You can actually do that. We're down to 7. Okay. That's also not the worst card to have. It's gonna be a super close game again. We definitely need to find more counter magic. Thankfully, though, our opponent has already expended a lot of his direct-to-face burn spells. Here, obviously, the Bloodsheet Thirst is really pretty slow. And we also have to play around. Oh my goodness, another saga. Alright. Alright, Shrapnel Blast is currently not a thing. And this is only until end of turn, right? Until the end of your next turn? Motherfucker. Fuck this shit, dude. Wow, this is really annoying. Okay, I'll have to see how I deal with that. Whew. Let's see. So I think I'm gonna now tap the Urza Saga here, so that he cannot generate a token. Which means he needs to find something else for the Shrapnel Blast. This is coming in tapped as well, right? So I think I'm gonna go play this and tap one more. We need this to just fizzle out, really. He can have his Den of the Bugbear, but I really don't want to be hit by this Shrapnel Blast. That would be really, really bad for us. Okay. Alright, so at least that has somewhat worked. So now we have a blocker in play. He's probably gonna want to use the Saga here, right? We're gonna attack, I think, for just 7, so that we have double blockers up. In case there's a Beaumont Courier or whatever. And our opponent's down to 130. Maybe he's, well, currently he's still pretty far away from Gal Blast activation. Although he could, of course, well, let's see. Synthesizer changes the game all the time. Well, it almost looks like he has to win this turn. Maybe he doesn't even get to another turn here. Okay, it does create a construct. It's down to under 1 minute. Oh man, it's so close. It's a nail biter. I'm literally biting my nails. There's the Beaumont Courier. Alright, Shinka. What else do you have? And concession. Alright, GG's. Alright, welcome to round number 5 here. We're 4-0 and we have a keeper. We're also on the play. Let's see what the Magic Gods deal us for the last match here. Also, by the way, I already got a 5-0 as well these last couple of days. So, off to a good start into the new season. The last season I finished with 7 trophies, of course. It's not as many as like the top grinders on Moto, but I doubt that many of them are working as much as I am. So I think for the time spent on Moto, it's actually quite decent. Starting off with Norborg, very, very unusual. So we could be playing against Coffers, but playing against Coffers in the 4-0 bracket is somewhat wild to me. So yeah, we shall see. Since all my cards are now black as well. I'm just gonna go and go with the consider here. Otherwise, I would have definitely gone with the alternative of fetching for a Sanus Triumph there, or a Steam Vent, depending on. Yeah, alright, so, alright, we're playing against the Coffers. I could put this on top, but what does it really help me, right? I need to find counter spells. Okay, so there's a counter spell, and that one can hit the Profane Tutor, which is good. So I think I'm gonna go shock the Black Crypt here, and then we're gonna play the Snapcaster, grab a Consider. Unless there's a Dottie, then we might have to deal with that first. And go with the K command. So I strongly assume that these mono blacklists now also run the new card from Brothers War, which is Gorger or whatever, the 7 mana card that can also be played as a 3 mana prototype with Menace and Lifelink. The strong thing about that is that put into graveyard, please. Alright, Valki is something for the late game. I don't need it right now. We already get 5 mana here, so it's not too far off. And it should be able to deal with most shit in my opponent's deck. Since he hasn't played a Coffers there, I'm strongly assuming that this is gonna be fetching for a Coffers. So I'm gonna counter this with a Cryptic. And I think, like, without a Coffers, the worst thing that can happen here is actually a Karn. But we should be able to deal with that through a Lightning Bolt there. And then I fetch for a Watery Grave here so that I have the K command up to get back the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, alright, so it doesn't have a Coffers. And he's gonna have a couple of cards in graveyard as well. As long as he doesn't do anything, we're pretty free to roam around as whatever we wish for. What I like about Coffers in general, oh shit, I did find a coffer. Return and discard. So I strongly assume that there's removal spells in there. Therefore, we're just gonna take it slow here. How much mana does he have right now? So this is gonna be 5, right? Off the coffers. And then, so 7. He didn't play anything here. So we're just gonna draw a couple of cards to get the Valki online at some point. Yep. The issue here is that our opponent actually does have ways of dealing with planeswalkers. So I think that Invoke Despair actually does force your opponent to sacrifice a planeswalker. Therefore, we'll have to see how we exactly do it. But I definitely want to get the Valki down at some point. So now he's got, what, 9 mana? Cling to Dust. Alright. Yeah, Cling to Dust is also very, very annoying. It makes our... Maybe I have to actually counter the second coffee here with the Drown. Because it... makes our drown worse by each turn. Well, let me just counter it with a cryptic here. Then, of course, we only have a counterspell after the fact, but I think I'm still gonna do it. And then he has 4 mana left. I don't think I should shock here. Does have a Karn. Oh, Torak. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's get rid of that one in response here. Please cost. And then we'll have to see. Okay. So actually, our hits were not too bad. So if I play the Valki here and our opponent has an Invoke Despair as a lost card, that's gonna be so painful. That's gonna be really, really painful. Alternatively, I could of course try to wait 1 or 2 more turns. Cling is currently not an option. Let's see. Come on, I'm just gonna do it. Can't play around everything, right? Okay. And now we just have to survive this 1 turn. And I think afterwards we should be good, but okay. GG's. Tibet. Alright, so we haven't really seen a whole lot of our opponent's deck. I definitely don't want to have the Brazen Boros here. I think the Fire Ice can be decent sometimes. Apparently our opponent's also playing the Cling, which can be annoying. I think I want to have like 2 subtleties, not more, not less. Definitely want to ditch most of this and instead get this in. And then the question is, do I want to play Fire Ice? But I don't think so necessarily. Yeah, I think this is fine. Cling is annoying, but is it worth it for me to board something in? Maybe one thing. Although Karn, of course, is pretty good against it. But still, like, I'm not gonna board in Hidetsugu here. Just not gonna do anything. Alright, let's keep. I'm gonna keep because my hand's pretty, like, I currently don't care what my opponent's gonna take from it if they do have early discard spells. K-Command probably being the best card here, but Valki could also be a target depending on how I board it. Oh, wow. Yeah, main goal is definitely... Oh, no, we have green. And... Oh, I was like, doesn't this cost double black? How is that possible? But green is pretty insane here. So we're gonna fetch for basic, I think. Put this into the graveyard. Salty isn't the worst. Then we're gonna shock here and play the Valki out. Veil of Summer, Cling to Dust. What? Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright, so... Wow. That's such an awkward hand. The Veils of Summer, of course, are going to be very, very problematic for us. But let's see. Our opponent definitely needs more lands. Let's see how long we can push our advantage here until something bad happens. So I cannot really interact with this, I think. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for me. I'm rather gonna focus on... potentially getting the subtlety back, but of course... Okay, there's an Urbog as well. That's probably what he got here. Okay, wouldn't have been my choice. I think the subtlety is better, but I guess you need the lance and potentially removal. Oh, very good. Very, very good. So we get a clean cut here to returning... Actually, maybe I should just deal damage here. Yeah, let's just deal damage. Turn and deal damage. Because that puts him down to 8. Okay, so with the counterspell together, we will have... So already now we have double counterspell up, basically. So I could go into a fight over that Profane Tutor. And maybe he has to just cycle stuff. Like, it's possible that he has to cycle the Veils of Summer. Okay, it does have coffers, though. This one costs 5, right? Yeah. 5, and this one currently, so... Traverse the Overmold. Can also just go full land here, right? Yep. So we put him down to 5. This costs 4. He can do it once. But then he exposes himself. Well, let's see. He's trying to find shit. And I guess that's fine. That's okay. I don't necessarily need to do something here. Like, this is already okay. So we hit him here. That means every additional... What? What? I clicked on attack. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. This is gonna cost us. I know it. This is gonna cost us. Shit. I clicked on attack. I know it. Now we're gonna lose it. Fuck. So let's try to counter this. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. I already know it. Like, fuck this. Now we had lethal here. Next turn we would have had like just a lightning bolt or a snapcaster mage would have also been enough. What the fuck is that? See? Exactly what I was talking about. Damn it, we would have had lethal here. This is so bad. So he's gonna block the Valki. I can get back the Valki from the graveyard unless he has another shitfuck face. I could of course also just attack with the subtlety, make him discard and deal 2 damage. And then he's... I mean, he can draw an additional card with Cling to Dust as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to attack here with both. Because we're like 1 away. Fucked up. Really, really fucked up. I want to see the replay. Like, this is really, really bad for us. Witch's Cottage. Okay. Now, any land is good. Like, we have so much stuff that's good now. But it's gonna be too late. Yeah, I already feel it. Okay, down to 7. So now Lightning Bolt is good again. With 5 mana, he shouldn't be able to do too much damage, I hope. He could, of course, go with a Cling here. Oh, what? Okay. So we went down to 5, so that means he has to have a removal spell here, right? At least a failed push. But so risky. It's so risky. Shriekmaw, okay. Alright. Okay, we do have the land at the very least. Still pretty fucked up, but okay. So I guess now we're playing around... Whoops. Invoke Despair. That's now our Achilles heel. Oh man, there's a whole Storm Giants as well. I'm not gonna fetch right now, like go with the Mishra's Bauble here right now. Actually, I would have loved for him to draw the Mishra's Bauble instead, but anyway. Alright, there's a failed push, so that's not gonna be big. If he wants to have something big, then he has to already have it there in his hand. So I think it's Invoke Despair or Bust. If he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 plus 3, 9. That looks pretty big. Alright. That was an additional draw. Now he's got the bauble. So that's certainly his top deck. So he cannot utilize his mana right now. Okay, he doesn't want to draw that. Goes down to 2. Now K-Command is also lethal. Snapcaster Mage dies, and he has another draw of the Cling to Dust if he wants to. But you somehow have to get around the Hall of Storm Giants. Okay, we got a Profane Tutor and a Cryptic Command. That is pretty dope. Also, next turn I could, in theory, go with Exile of all Graveyards. Is there a light? No, he did take the Lightning Bolt away. I cannot suspend this. That's not great. But we have double counterspell. So let's see. With counterspell plus Cryptic, and the Tybalt should hopefully get us there. Yep, our opponent keeps drawing cards. And concedes. We got there, 5-0 people. And now, by the way, I think we're pretty close to the top. Yeah, snapping it. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the league, guys. I think the list played fantastically. I really loved the Valki, but overall it was really a cool league. Also a lot of cool decks that we played against. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend, guys, and see you soon.